Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold and silver. We'll run through the dollar, 10-year yield, the precious metals, and then some of the companies, precious metals companies. So I'm here to give you my financial opinion. We'll dive right in. This is my opinion here. We've got the DXY, the dollar, basically flat today. Didn't really go much of anywhere. And then we got the 10-year yield launching higher. Yeah, I wonder who would have guessed that. Yeah, Finding Value guessed that. I still think that the 10-year yield will continue higher so long that the market conditions of high inflation are present. So that caused a lot of volatility in the markets. The markets overall were down. It dragged down some of our sectors with it at the end of the day. So we'll look at that and see what it did. We've got gold here. Gold, we're leaving these wicks at the top. We tried breaking out. We came back below this resistance line. We're back down here at the close. Everything's still intact. It's just a really volatile day. Silver experienced the same thing. I have my little writing in here as a little bit of a pullback before heading higher. We're seeing higher lows and higher low. Well, let me say higher lows and lower highs. And I think we're going to come in here and then do one last little kind of head fake lower before we move on up. This is on silver here. Platinum, I've got kind of the sideways action. We get these nice little wicks at the top. It wants to run, but it hasn't closed above our resistance lines. Lots of volatility. Looking at Karora Resources. Got the wick at the top. We're right at that monster resistance line for the long-term resistance. EXK. We have a little bit of a down day today, down 2.6%. When you're in volatile commodities, that's a kind of a smallish down day. It's not nothing too big. We came up, contracted, came down a little bit. We do have a wick at the top. It wanted to run throughout the day, but it came back lower. SILJ doing the same thing as EXK, heading a little bit lower. We're still in this massive congestion of buyers and sellers and resistances and supports. We're all in that congestion zone. GDX getting sold off a little bit today. We're still above all the support lines. We're still in this monster pattern that's been declining since August of 2020. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. The market conditions are good. Inflation is high. We just need interest rates to nudge the people in stocks and bonds over the edge to sell and join our precious metals rally over here. We're going to have a rally. They're going to come over. They're going to party with us. They're just not here yet, guys. We're waiting for the money to rotate over. Metallic minerals getting a little bit of a sell-off today. I say little because nothing's really broken here. It's just chopping sideways. These things are quite volatile. Koya Resources, a little bit of a down day today, but we still have this massive downtrend break. It still looks good. So everything's intact there. Discovery Silver getting sold off 1.5%. That's really a pretty small down day on a company as small and volatile as Discovery Silver. We wanted to run earlier in the morning, but it looks like we're just chopping sideways at the moment. And hopefully we can turn that sideways momentum into upward momentum at some point. Looking at First Majestic Silver, yeah, we had the little sell-off today. It was down a little bit. I think sideways it will go down a little bit, sideways to down, and then I want to see a move higher. Or maybe we put in a bullish engulfing, something signaling that we're going to move higher. I think will be coming soon. Just be patient. Newmont getting sold off a little bit harder today, down 4.15 in relationship to some of these other days. Mag Silver, sideways today, just kind of chopping sideways. Yamana Gold, a little bit more of a sell-off today. We're at that resistance line of this longer-term resistance. It's trying to break out of it. Geez, what do we have here? Some weird looking. There we go. We're trying to break out, but we're just knocking our head on that. And we're seeing these lows. They are stepping up, guys. I am not oblivious to that. So maybe we hit another line in here and we get a bounce. We shall see. I don't want to try to predict the future here, but the lows are coming up. We're coming into a resistance line. We hit our head on this resistance line. All of the market conditions are ripe for a move to go on up. So I'm going to stick with it and just hold on to my shares. Impact Silver was up 4.33%, kind of a sideways motion over the past few months. Moving sideways with Aftermath. A little bit of a down day today, but we still have got a bunch of support underneath it. Platinum Group Metals, PLG, up 0.58%. It's got the wick at the top. Wick at the tops usually mean we got momentum coming down to the downside, but we're right at support. So I would say sideways motion is what I'm looking for. Sandstorm Gold, a little bit of a pullback. We've pulled back inside of this big pattern. I like it down here, guys. I don't know. I like Sandstorm Gold right where it's at. Franco Nevada, come on, Franco. This is a bearish engulfing here. This does signal a move to the downside. We got our move lower here. Every time we've come to this area here, we've gotten downward pressure, selling pressure. So this is moving to the downside. I do see a little bit more downside before turning higher. EMX, sideways action, very small down day today. We've broken this downtrend line. You know, everything looks okay. Yeah, we've had a big pullback. This is a return move for probably a monster move in the future, where we broke out, we kind of came back, and then we'll probably have some monster move at some point. I'm just waiting for the turn. It looks like usually this is on a monthly candlestick. We've got slowing down. We got wick, and then a contraction of the opening and closing price. We should be slowing down for a move higher, or at least for a move that zigzags like this and then goes up. Tune Resources. This is one of my favorite royalty companies. We're down there, sitting down there. This is a very good value. They have found, so Tune owns a whole bunch of royalties in the Golden Triangle. We're talking like they've got royalties on massive amounts of gold. It is lower grade compared to some of the older, grades that we used to find. But there's some monster deposits up there, just with a lot of tonnage. So I think if the gold price were to go up substantially, this could be a very good play. And I suspect that to happen. Wheat and precious metals, yeah, we got sold off today. We're still in this pattern. This pattern is getting a lot of love. It just keeps grinding in this pattern quite hard. Gold royalty getting sold off a little bit today. We don't have a reversal pattern here, guys. It's still good to go up. We've got the bullish. So we've got the bullish engulfing pattern here. This one's engulfing the one before it. We came on up. We've got a down day today, but there's no reversal here. It's not like we opened up and just rocketed lower. We opened lower and ended lower, and it traveled throughout the day. So I still think we're okay. We just need the buyers to step in here and show us who the boss is, Tony Danza style. And we're looking at these falling wedges. Falling wedges are bullish for a move to the upside. They usually break to the upside eventually. But we're just grinding on the bottom here. And this is we're up today, but it still looks okay. There's nothing there that shows me that we're reversed or anything like that. And MMX is just grinding sideways. Royal Gold, RGLD, yeah, a little bit more of a sell-off today, but we've broken this downtrend to the upside. So it still looks bullish to me. Everything looks okay. We're still above the trend line. Everything's A-okay. And then we got a little bit more of a sell-off today in Cisco Gold Royalty. It's kind of a smaller sell-off, nothing too major. But everything looks okay there. We're just kind of bopping around sideways. But market condition-wise, guys, I'm a big bull on precious metals. I saw it earlier in the day, and when it was a little bit higher up, I was like, yes, we're going to get some momentum to the upside. And then I looked after market close, and I was like, what happened, guys? What happened throughout the day? where'd these sellers all come from? I understand that the overall market sold off quite hard today. I think it was like 500 points lower. So that's obviously having an impact. Like I said in the beginning of this move, when interest rates go up, we're going to be sticky with each other. Sometimes they'll pull us down. Sometimes we'll diverge and go up. I think we'll break apart at some point. I can't tell you the exact timing here. That's the most difficult part, is getting all of this timing right. But guess what? We don't need to get the timing right. Our time frames are longer than what the timing component needs to be. So we just have to find where the undervalued sectors are in commodities, hop on the train, wait for the train to take off, and when the train leaves, we're on the train. And if the train moves fast, if we're on one of those high-speed trains, well, then we gain a lot. If it's one that starts out real slow and starts chugging, well, I mean, we're going to have to wait a little bit. So I am confident in the market conditions being good for gold and silver. I think we will go higher. I think with higher interest rates, it's going to force the rotation of money. At what point or what interest rate is that rotation going to happen? I would somewhere between 2 and 3%. That is my guess. The exact percentage, anyone guess. But that's my guess, is between 2 and 3%. We start getting above 2%, get towards 3%. I think that rotation's coming. And you're going to see a whole bunch of movements that will be favorable for commodities and precious metals. If you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.